Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. How is everyone? Hope you're well. And sorry, lighting's not great in this room, but I've just got changed and I've got a couple of hours. Well, no, I haven't got a couple of hours. I've got about an hour before I need to get back. So I'm going to do a quick player rating. Let me just move my laptop properly so people can see. Going to do player ratings. Going to look at any bit of latest news and things like that that's around today. So hopefully we'll have some people on. Give me your player ratings. What a performance last night. Certainly in the first half, it was absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. And I think if everybody is really honest about it, I think we thought that it's going to be a tight game. I did see a few people say 4-0 and 5-0, and I'm thinking, well, I'm not sure about that. But as it turned out, it probably should have been a hell of a lot more. But I was on last night with Martin's live post-match thoughts on it, and I can't believe some City fans were complaining or moaning about it. Unbelievable. But anyway, let's see who is on. Ivan Bravo, City, Lankow, VAR decision, Manchester is blue. It's still blue, I said. When was Manchester not blue? Hi, guys, Kamal Dwyer. Even when those other fellas were beating us at every opportunity, Manchester was still blue. M26 says Fianso Max. Hi, lads, how are you, Mingy Wong? I said, never said it wasn't blue. Said it still is. So keep up. Still, how could it not be blue? You want an argument with me over this? If you do, good luck. Manchester was red for like 56 years until 2011 to now. It wasn't. Not Manchester. But we can argue all day about that. I haven't got time to do that. Nippon, would Leon Goretzka be a good signing for City? Don't know much about him, if I'm honest, and we haven't been linked with him. Like Merseyside has been red since 1996. Hi, Andy. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Manchester is blue. It is. Oh, don't get into the Manchester is blue thing. We've got lots of semantics going on here, and I certainly don't have time for that tonight. Mingy Wong, Manchester is blue still. Don't use that word. Mad how good Man U was under Sir Alex, and now they're Banter FC. Fodil, hi Andy. Riyadh is getting better. He definitely is getting better this season. We're seeing more production from him, and he was very good last night. Ray J737, top performance by everyone. Raz a little out of form. I'm not sure. I wouldn't say top performance by everyone. I thought, even though Raz worked hard last night, his finishing was absolutely awful. It really was. Karen Dempsey is on. Hello, how are you, mate? Oh, what a night, beating the Rags on a Tuesday night. Get to do it again on the 29th. Wembley is in our sights. What a feeling. What a night. Manchester has never been red, as I said when we were beating us, and the results of the games don't determine the colour. Oh, God. Stop being boring. Brad Niblock, I just got tickets for the Carabao versus United. The Carabao versus the United. Well, that's an interesting game. Hopefully see you there. Ray J737, Riyadh, you won't see me there, mate. I'm in Rome on holiday. I just got tickets, sorry. Riyadh has really picked it up for me. He's looked great the last few games and even grafted defensively. He certainly has. Ole out, Pochettino in. Wow. City tearing Cockneys apart again. It's interesting, Eugene, and I can only assume you're a red. Pochettino in at Spurs, never won anything. But now you want somebody who's never won anything. You've had people who are serial winners, like Mourinho, got rid of him. David Moyes, never really won anything. You've got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You've had Van Gaal, who's serial winner. And you want somebody in who's never won anything. So I do think it'll probably make your team better. City tearing Cockneys apart again. I know it was funny last night. Jay Fresh Dunner, Raz went to Jamaica yesterday. He must have done, because I don't know where he was. He was shocking and missing. I don't know whether I wouldn't say he was missing, because he was doing a lot of work out wide. I just think his finishing was awful yesterday. Carbondale, but Andy Man, you have Jesse Lingard over KDB. KDB on 10 plus assists this year. Lingard on 0 goals and assists in a year. World class, just exceptional. Mingy Wong, I thought Chelsea have Cockneys. Brian Gardner, hi Andy, asked me if I am happy. A great first half from City won the game. Are you happy, Brian? Nippon, Manchester is blue because United are not even in Manchester. Gundogan is the most underrated CDM in the league. Such a class player. Calms the midfield. Certainly had a very good first half yesterday. Was exceptional with Rodri. He never won anything because it's Spurs. Well, he got to a Champions League final. He had the firepower. I don't buy into that argument. He had 4 years, or nearly 5 years, was it, at Spurs? Built a very, very talented squad. Just bottled it. Never got over the line in cup competitions. Can't even say, he won a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup. Never even won that. So never got close to winning a league. Gundogan, sorry, read that out. Pochettino has said he's waiting on Pep's decision before he joins United or another club. And that's come from who? Pochettino's agent or Poch himself? Cal Blundell, happy birthday to big little man David Silva. Yeah, absolutely. Happy birthday. Absolute genius. Ryan, you're here. Hello, Ryan. How are you, Kiam? Can we show Lingard's 29 highlights on this vlog? Thing is, Gundogan gets blamed because he isn't as good as KDB. Good point, Cal. Do you think we will beat Liverpool? What, in general, City Dream? Or are you talking about anything specific? Beat Liverpool 2 something? KDB made a mistake yesterday. Everyone blamed Rodri. It was KDB's mistake yesterday that led to the goal. Lingard is only 19. Give him time. 19? Yeah. I know that's tongue-in-cheek, Mingy Wong. I thought our defence was very vulnerable yesterday. Can't wait to see Laporte back. Through ball split us up, no pace. Rubbish. We had this argument on WhatsApp last night. Our defence was perfectly fine yesterday. Kiam, it would be 0 seconds. Do you think we will live Liverpool with this? Do you think we will? You have to rephrase that City Dream. What it is you're actually asking. Ray J737. If I were a coach in United, wanting me, I would want some serious guarantees. Lingard 27 is scandalous. I know. Got a lot of stick. Obviously, him and Jones have been getting absolute pelters to last night and today on social media. Manchester is blue, says Sanjay J. Give Lingard some slack. He scored against Astana in Europa League when United lost 2-1. Otamendi makes me sit on the end of my seat. Nothing wrong with Otamendi whatsoever. Nothing wrong with him whatsoever. What was quite funny before I go into the player ratings was Tosin Adarabioyo, as we know, ex-City player, posted this morning. Great training display at the CFA Salford campus last night. Light work, boys, and it's just it's boiled some proper piss. It really has. The United fans have gone absolutely ballistic over it. But I thought it's actually quite funny, so I had to show it you because if you haven't seen it, I just thought it was hilarious. So well done, Tosin Adarabioyo, for posting that on Twitter and proper rubbing it in. So it shows you he's still a blue at heart, blue as a kid, and he's still a blue at heart now. And it was great, obviously, last night seeing Micah Richards in the studio and giving Darren Fletcher a bit of grief over Man United as well. So at least we got a bit of representation in the Sky Sports studio last night. Lingard is my favourite youth player. Cal Zinchenko is better at Cam than Foden. Don't care what anyone says. Look how good he is when he plays there. Not for me. City Dream, do you think we will beat Liverpool with this lineup? Sorry, my keyboard sucks. Don't worry about it, mate. Who knows? Yesterday, we could have had that lineup yesterday, and it didn't work and didn't play very well. The difference being yesterday is that they were poor in midfield. Solskjaer got outthought by Pep Guardiola, which was interesting because Kevin De Bruyne has come out today and basically said when asked, or came out last night and was asked about the question about setting up that different style of attack and formation, and he said, we did it this morning for 15 minutes on the and we discussed what we were going to do. That was it. It's all it took. 15 minutes of Pep telling us this is how we're going to play tonight. and the formation, and we've done it before. So, yeah, if Pep can do that in 15 minutes, maybe he should have settled better for the original Premier League game when we lost 2-1. So, yeah, it just got told. He didn't react enough last night, Solskjaer, when the lineup came out and the way that we started playing. But it is what it is. It's great to see. Just a shame we didn't get maybe one or maybe two more goals, which we should have had. I didn't realise United had chances after the first 10 minutes. Brian Gardner, Andy, what do you think of the three at the back in some games? Yeah, I mean, horses for courses, Brian. Who am I to question what Pep Guardiola does? Who's anybody to question the best coach in world football? Somebody who's completely changed the Premier League dynamics of football and introduced new thought processes for managers around the Premier League and the Championship. And we're seeing Pep's influences in the Championship since he's been here. So who am I to question? If he says it's a 3, it's a 3. If we get beat, we get beat. It is what it is. So he knows what's best, and we're fully behind. I think most City fans, 99% of City fans, are fully behind Pep Guardiola, whatever he does. And sometimes he's not perfect. He's a human being. He'll get it wrong on occasions. Hence, like he has done this time, 5 times this season. And I'm not sure all of those defeats are down to Pep's formation. I think it's just been players have just not reached anywhere near their potential. Kiam CFA Salford campus. I know it's funny. And Fernand dealt with everything there. Fernandinho. We'll talk about Fernandinho. We'll talk about player ratings, and I'll just read out a little bit of information from what Kevin De Bruyne has said about Fernandinho, and also what Fernandinho has said to Brazilian media about his contract. What's the nearest tram station to the Etihad? The Etihad. You've asked this before. The actual Etihad. There's a tram station at the Etihad. There's about 2. Was it 1? I don't get the tram in from Piccadilly, which is generally where some people come in from. And I think, but I have done in the past, and I think is it 2 stops from Piccadilly or 1? I can't remember the name of it, if I'm being honest, but it's literally, there is the tram station at the Etihad. So if you're coming up, Nip, I'm obviously a Chelsea fan, just go into Piccadilly, go downstairs, get the tram to the Etihad, and it's 1 stop, takes about 5-7 minutes, and you're there. Rodri is good, but still young, has a long time left, has shown class this year. He's had 8+ games where he's been world class, unlike Cancelo, who's had 1 average game, which was against us. Agree, Kiam, just like when Barca beat LFC 3-0 next game, they thought they'd won it. Pep, nobody talk. KDB, let me talk. Carl, do you rate Neves from Wolves? I love watching him, class player. Do you rate Raul Jimenez from Wolves? I don't think either of those players are good enough for Man City, and I'm not being arrogant in that. I don't think either are good enough. Ming-Yi Wong, United will have to play better in the second leg. We have the advantage. They've got to score 3 times. That's without us scoring at home as well. Andy Ole is better than Pep. Ole is on the wheel. 3 at the back is used when the manager doesn't trust his defence. It'll change to a back 4 when Laporte returns. No Ming-Yi Wong there to score 3 more times than us. Or bus 216 from Piccadilly. Oh, there you go. Other people, yeah, bus 216 from Piccadilly. There you go. But if you, if it's the tram that you want, just go downstairs. Or go into. You can get the tram in Piccadilly as well, so you don't have to just go to Piccadilly train station and go downstairs to the tram station. You can get it at various other stops as well. But it's literally from Piccadilly main train station downstairs where you get the trams. It's literally 5 minutes. It's I think is it 1 stop? Somebody remind me. I drive in, so I don't know. All the papers say City going for Traore. I think that's bollocks, if I'm being honest. I think it's Cal. I think it's absolute nonsense. Absolute nonsense. 75 million? Are you joking? No chance. So what we're basically saying is we might get 70 or 80 million for Sane, and we're going to replace him with Adama Traore. No chance. FIN, I'm excited for Real Madrid game. It will be tough. It will be a tough game. Of course it will. Neves is needed at Everton, laughed my ass up, but I think a better option price-wise. It's not true, just paper trying to sell. Ryan, I take him world-class. Is Neves? No chance. No chance is Neves world-class. No chance in a million years. decent player, not reached the heights of the first last season. In particular, he's been nowhere near the season the player he was last season for Wolves. He's a good player, don't get me wrong. Right, okay, we're going to go on to the player ratings. I've got loads to do. I've got to be quick because I've got to be back out again. So I just thought I'd do this quick one for everybody. So let's see who we're going for first. Let's go for our keeper, and that is your player ratings for Claudio Bravo last night. And we'll see what Stu Brennan gave him. So Claudio Bravo, everybody, give me your player ratings for him. So UK, excuse me, UK Misfit gives him a 7. Kem Sedin Mamri gives him, oh, that's gone, sorry. Hi Andy, City putting them back in their place, fantastic day yesterday, it was Thomas. Carl Blundell gives him a 7.5, Nippon gives him an 8, Brian Gardner an 8, Mama Zineb gives him a 6, Lankow 7 had a decent game and couldn't have done much about the goal. No, he couldn't. There was nothing he could do about that. Thought his kicking was absolutely exceptional yesterday. Some of those big long balls out to Raheem Sterling were phenomenal. 6 didn't have anything to do at all night. He did because he had loads of crosses and passes and things like that he put out, and his feet was very, very good. 7.5 from Ray J737, Mingyu 7. Kamal Bravo 6.5 didn't do much wrong. 6 for Bravo. 7 some dodgy handling at the end. Well, that 1 or 2 things. Always worries me a bit. Weak on the goal, but not bad. 6. He didn't do that much. What are you? We're not just talking about Bravo and Ederson's role in Man City as just keepers who save goals. He's passing out. I mean, I'd love to know how many touches he had last night. I bet he had more touches last night and passes last night than most Premier League players, defenders or strikers or midfielders have in a normal average Premier League game. He was receiving the ball literally almost every time we had it at the back. And like I said, his passing out was phenomenal. Andrew Quinn, Bravo, something like no chance with the goal. Great distribution. It was superb distribution last night. Absolutely brilliant. Bernard gives him a 6.5. Right, okay. Let's have a look at this one then. So, 7.5, some 8s, some 6s, some 7s. Okay. Okay, we're going to give Bravo did what he had to do, Lankow. Absolutely agree with that. We'll give Bravo then a 7. Let's see, what did Stu Brennan give him, because that's the template that we work from. Claudio Bravo, no clean sheet again, despite very little pressure, but his kicking and passing were very good. Gave him a 7. Okay, so that was Claudio Bravo. Let's remove him. And let's go across to our left back last night, which was Benjamin Mendy. So what were your thoughts on Benjamin Mendy last night? I can obviously see that my stream is probably, I don't know, I would guess about 20 seconds or so behind where you're at. So when I'm putting the images up on the screen and saying Ben Mendy, it's about 20 seconds before you're potentially seeing them. So there's not a lot I can do because I'm overseas with the hotel Wi-Fi. So Ben Mendy gets City Dream, gives him a 6. Bernard a 6. Brian Gardner a 7. Monocuche Oran SK gives Bravo a 7. Yeah, we gave him Bravo 7. We're on Mendy now. Ryan Corrie 6. Nippon a 6. Kamal Mendy 7. Decent game. Mingyu Wong a 6. Ray J's 737, 7.5, good for me. Scott Williams 6.5, J Fresh 6 for him too. Cablendale 6, Lankow didn't see enough of him 5. Monacucci says Mendy 7.5. Kiam Mendy was truly awful. Worst game for us. 3, so one-sided. So many errors. They targeted him. John Pass gives him an 8. So we've got a 3 from Kiam and John Pass giving him an 8. Hey, all about opinions, eh? Andy Bravo had 53 touches and 33 accurate passes. How many of those passes, when we talk about accuracy, 76%, when you think of how many of those were obviously clearance balls as well included in that, and I'm sure you're not saying that as a go at Bravo, but some of those would have been clearance passes that he had to just, clear up. But a lot of the time, his passing was spot on. Halil gives him a 7 for Mendy. So, let's see what we got for Mendy then. We got 6s, 7s, 6s, 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 5, 6.5, 7.5, 8, 7s. Okay. Ben Mendy gets a 6. Decent. Something stopped. Stop says 6. Oh, is it 6 decent offence? Oh, stop 6. I can't read that. Some errors in defence. Oh, 6, sorry. I will add that the lad is clearly not recovering well from his injuries, not the same player. Mendy gets a 6 from you guys. What was Stu Brennan? Had a stinker of a first half when he was arguably United's best player. Better after the break, went on the front foot and gave him a 5. So we gave him a 6 on, or you guys gave him a 6 on here. But that's Benjamin Mendy for you. So let's go over. Let's get rid of Benjamin Mendy and let's bring up our right back, which was last night, for me, a very, very good Kyle Walker. Only note I made for Mendy all game was him being slow on the ball, which led to an early chance. Some of his passing, I must add Mendy's passing back last night, left a lot to be desired. It was a bit sort of like, whoa, was that a sort of blind pass? And he's put a few passes very close to United strikers. But anyway, you've all given him a 6. So the result is clouding people's judgment on Mendy. I didn't think Mendy had a good game, I must admit. I thought I would have probably given him a 5 last night. Wasn't his best game. Decent game, good to work, set up first goal. Walker, that's an 8. John Pass gives him a 7. Kamal Dwyer Walker, 7.5 defensively and offensively solid. Ryan, 8.5, had a great game. His runs forward caused them so many problems. Walker, best game for me. He loves sprinting competitions, though that's his level. A 7. Ray J 737, 8 for Walker. Scott Williams an 8. Brian Gardner 7.5, attacked well. Bernard 7. Ming Yuan 8, had a very good game. Mark the Blue an 8. J Fresh done a 7. Walker really good last night. Andreas gives him an 8. Iona Beats an 8. Stop gives him an 8. Very good both in attacking and defence. Carl Blundell a 9. Nipum Sharma gives him an 8. I thought Walker was superb last night, if I'm being honest, and I would have definitely given him, minimum I would have given him was an 8. But let's just see what did our familiar thoughts on from Stu Brennan on Kyle Walker. Claimed an assist for Bernardo, and his power and pace were a key weapon for City offensively and defensively. So high praise there, but still only gives him a 7. Okay. Kirbis gives Walker an 8. Ryan Mendy lost possession on 12 occasions, apparently. That doesn't surprise me. His best game in a City shirt. United have no creativity, which helps Walker's game. It's hit and run. Okay, I'm going to be generous, and I'm going to stick Walker with an 8 for me. So 8 is from you guys. We're going to move on to one of the centre-back pairings last night, which was the general, and that is Nicholas Otamendi. And we're judging his performance, not people's opinions on whether he should be at City or not. We're talking about his performance. J Fresh says, correct, Kiam. So Nicholas Otamendi then is the next one. Let's see what we've got for him. So, Kirby's gives him a 5. Brian Gardner a 7. Lankow, decent game, 6.5. Jay Fresh, Otamendi get a 5. Wow, I think that's a bit harsh. Mingy Wong a 7. I only beat 7. Cal Blundell 6. Scott Williams 7. Nippon 7. Bernard a 7. Kamal, Otamendi 7. Good game. Ryan 7. All right game, but most of the defending was done by Ferner. Mark the Blue a 7. Martin gives Otamendi a 7. Let's see what Stu Brennan had to say about Nicholas Otamendi. Still found it impossible to deal with fast players, but this was more his kind of game, and he was strong when needed and gave him a 6. I think some of Stu Brennan's ratings for last night is like pretty wow. They're pretty low considering we went away with a changed team to Old Trafford and won 3-1. It's okay, fine, fair enough. Ray J 7.5 looks good with 3 at the back, solid performance. Kiam, Otamendi played well, he just struggles for pace, but steady 8. Andreas a 6. Martin, are we bringing positive? I'm assuming bringing positivity this evening. I gave him a 6. Brody a 7. Nippon not 7. Ex-Lover gives him a 6. Right, okay. Okay. I'm going to have to give him a 6.5. There you go. Nicholas Otamendi gets a 6.5, which leads me on to what an absolute performance last night by this fella. And that is Fernandinho. Lankow says, like him in a 3 at the back, but when Laporte comes back, he's not getting a game, and I think Garcia and Stones will rotate next to Laporte. Yeah, possibly you're right in that. The goal of Rashford, it definitely was, the goal from Rashford was definitely not Otamendi's fault last night. Definitely not. There's no chance it was his fault. You've got a striker in Rashford who's quick. He is on the back foot and doesn't know whether he's cutting in or out. And it happened so quick because of Kevin De Bruyne losing the ball upfield. It wasn't his fault at all. I disagree with that. I mean, everyone's entitled to an opinion, but while Kiam being positive, hell has frozen over. Carl Blundell gives Fernandinho a 10. Iona beats an 8. Bernardini an 8. Andreas a 9. Exlov a 7. Jesus. Mark the Blue a 9. Martin Ferdy, as my lad says, a 9. Ray J as 9. Brody an 8. Brian Gardner an 8.5. Kamal Dwyer, Fernandinho 9. Needs a new contract ASAP. We'll go talk about that after we've done it. Nipum Sharma 10. One of the best players on the pitch. Ryan Corrie 9. Lankow, what a game, 9. Jay Fresh Donadino gets an 8. CDM showing Otamendi how to defend and be in the right position. Scott Williams 8.5. Solid all game with a sprinkling of sheer class. Kiam, I love Ferner. I don't think he did anything above and beyond the ball. Above and beyond, he have the ball away too much than usual. Still a solid 8. What game were you watching last night, mate? No idea, Kiam. But at least you gave him an 8. You could have given him a 5 for that. Mingy Wong 7, Osmane Mendy 7.5, Nippon Kamal Dwyer, how long can he go for? He's 34. He is absolutely fit as a fiddle. Fit as a fiddle. And what a player. Let's take a look at what does Stu Brennan say about Fernandinho. Fernandinho, he said, took it upon himself to lead the resistance, and we lost count of the times he stepped in, found the header, or came away with the ball, and gave him a 9. Well, I thought it was an absolute masterclass from Fernandinho last night. But I've got to go with your scores. I would have given him a 9.5 or a 9. 9 or 9.5. I thought he was exceptional last night. The reading of the game was phenomenal. And that was up against fast players. So people talk about Otamendi's not good against fast players. Werner's not the quickest anymore, but he reads the game absolutely fantastic. I'm sorry, I'm gonna give Fernandinho a 9. I know some would give 7.5s. How you can give 7s and 7.5s for his performance last night, I have no idea whatsoever. Right, moving on to the midfielders. And that is, first one we'll look at is Rodri. Oh, hang on, Hal is warming up again. Yeah, I know. You spoke too soon. He didn't give the ball away quite a bit. Well, I told you, we kept saying to you last night on WhatsApp, what game are you watching? You were saying last night in the first half that the defence is awful. What? Really want to see him in the midfield again. Oh, hang on. Yeah, he's not getting any younger. City Dream gave him an 8. Well, I'm overruling. He gets a 9. He was exceptional last night. Kiam, 5 interceptions, 3 tackles, won 6 of his 7 duels, and his passing was still good. He stopped 2 goals at least last night in the first 10 minutes. Well said, Ryan Corrie, and thank you for those stats. Lankow, Martin, I think I need to up my rating from the other day to 15. Scotty Moll, he gave the ball away, agreed, but after some brilliant tackles, can't have it all. Agreed with that. Right, Bernard Deneen gives Rodri a 7, Brian Gardner an 8, Andreas an 8, Rages an 8, Lankow, Mingy Wong an 8, Cal an 8, Kamal, Rodri was solid 7.5, Ryan a 7.75, Ryan 7, passing was 4% off perfection again, but other than his passing, I forget he plays. Scott Williams a 7, Mark the Blue 7.5, Nipum Sharma, you don't win 3-1 with a terrible defence. I know, well, exactly. I thought Rodri first half was exceptional. But I think tiredness came in. They had a little bit of change of tactics when Matic came on. And I just think tired legs in that midfield. I don't know why, but obviously there's him and Gundogan. But I thought the first half, they looked absolutely incredible. Him and Gundogan were just cutting out everything and starting the play, moving the ball quickly. And this guy, kid, he's only going to get better. For me, I thought he had a really good game. What did Rodri, what did Stu Brennan say? Crucial to everything City did with his own brand of muscular elegance and metronomic passing, and gave him an 8. So that was Stu Brennan's thoughts. So let's go through here. There's 8, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5. Gonna have to give him a 7.5 because, can't give him an 8 because not everybody gave him an 8. So Rodri gets a 7.5 for last night. I thought he was very good. On to this guy, which, as you know, is going to be a 10 out of 10 from me. And that is Ilkay Gundogan, my all-time favourite City player ever. Ryan Corrie said if Rashford goes down and pen is given, then that's a failure on VAR's part. Kiam. Rodri looked good against Fred. Nipum Sharma gave him an 8. Might have taken him off at half time for Foden with Gundo at DM. Nipum Sharma, he's on his way to becoming one of the best CDMs in the world. You're talking about Rodri, I'm assuming there. Kamal Dwyer, Gundogan 7.5, very good. Cal Blundell a 10. Ray J, an 8 for Gundo. Bernard Deneen, 6.5. Andreas a 9. Lankow really happy with his performance, a 7. City Dream gives him an 8. Brian Gardner 7. Kept to the plan. Mark the Blue a 9. Nipum 10 for the Germany international. Scott Williams 7.5, faded second half. Yeah, I think both him and Rodri were getting pulled. I was saying to the guys on WhatsApp, it'd be good to get a bit more extra legs like Foden in there in the second half because they both looked like they were fading a little bit. Martin, Man City Fan TV, gives Gundogan a 9. Yeah, Gundogan always looks good when not pressed. Second half, he struggled more. 7. Carbondale, he was world class in the first half. He was, and remember, the usual, it is a game of 2 halves, and let's face it, City sat back a hell of a lot in the second half, rested the legs, so that did play, I think, a massive part. They were conserving energy in the second half. 6.5, passing was amazing like Rodri, but other than that, he didn't do much. Jfresh 7.5. Osman says he was good, an 8. Sofian Moon, a 7. Right, going to work this one out. 10s, 8, 6, 9, 7, 8. I'm going to go right down the middle with Ilkay. I'm going to give Ilkay Gundogan. Before I do, what did... let's see what Stu Brennan said. He said, Ilkay Gundogan kept City moving forward with a smooth, suave performance that complemented Rodri perfectly. I'm going to give... The average score of you guys is... I'm going to give him an 8. Going to give Ilkay Gundogan an 8. Let's go and move on to the next one, which is this guy who... Very frustrating last night, I must admit. He was very, very frustrating. I thought he worked his socks off. I thought his positional play was very good. He dragged them all over the place. They were terrified of his pace, but his finishing was absolutely garbage. It was awful. Now, you might go, well, you know, on the odd game, you might go, should have scored a couple. He should have scored 4 or 5 last night. They were that good. Andy, you wanted to give... I would have given Gundogan a 12, no doubt about it. Carl Blundell, Sterling, he wasn't that bad. All right, his finishing was garbage, but, you know, I wouldn't say he's a 3 because he worked his socks off and he worked hard for the team, but the amount of chances he missed was just... It was shocking to watch. Bernard Danina, 5.5. Ryan Curry, 4. Another absolute stinker. Well, I would try and differentiate between, did he have a bad game overall in all aspects of his game, or was his finishing really poor? And his finishing was, without a shadow of a doubt, shite, absolute shite. There's no doubting about it. But for the rest of it, his game was okay. It was okay. It was decent. It was just his finishing was awful. He dragged them out onto the wide, and he terrified them. Sofian says a 6. Jfresh 2. Come on. Be a bit objective with these scores. 6. Missed a few chances he did. City Dreamer 7. Mark the Blue a 5. Scott 6.5. Worked hard but no end product on the night. It's not been much end product really, you know, for the last few weeks now, or maybe even 2 months. It's not average, it's the most. Revenge is sweet. Bad finishing 4. Sterling 5. Don't know why he can't finish. 6. He missed a lot of chances. 6.5 says Martin. Where amazing player says City Dream. Nippon shout as Z. I'm not even going to add that. Osmain 6.5. Awful finishing. Ray J 7 did the hidden work, but wished he would have finished one of those chances. Been getting disposed a lot lately. Good point. He has missed too many sitters. He did. I don't like his decision making in the final third. Mr. Kirkic, would you turn around and say that when last season he was possibly one of the best players in the Premier League? So far this season, look at his goal record. I mean, come on. You know, we're judging a player. All right, he's not been at his best over the last month or two. But if you're going to turn around and say, I'm judging him on his decision-making and it's poor, well, he wouldn't score that many goals last season and the amount of goals and assists he's got this season. So just he's not consistent enough this season compared to last. Sterling played well on the whole, 7 finishing 2. We did that in the Pogba derby a few years back, cost us a title that day. Yeah, very true. Good point, Kiam. Couldn't beat number 1 on the wing. No one on the wing. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. He was giving Wan-Bissaka a bit of a nightmare. Not many defenders, right backs, are as good at defending as Wan-Bissaka, who I think is very good defensively. Sterling missed 2 big chances, won 2 of 13 duels, lost possession. Ooh, missed that. Lost possession 12 times. Yeah, that was his problem last night. And sometimes with strikers and forwards, they're going to lose possession, sometimes more than most. Zelias, Riyad Mahrez. Ryan Curry, 95% pass accuracy was the only thing Sterling had going for him last night. Not been playing well for a while, a 4 from me. Can we please be real with these scores? Come on, we did win last night, you know. 6, wasteful finishing. Jayfred Raz is a tapping merchant. No, disagree with that. I think that's very, very unfair. I think that's an unfair comment, Jayfresh. He didn't beat Wan-Bissaka. He did. He went round the outside of Wan-Bissaka on about 3 occasions last night. Okay, let's give Sterling a 6. Being a bit fairer, I think some of those scores are just going solely because he missed some chances. And not on the back of its actual overall performance. Right, let's go for... Who should we go for next? We'll go for this fella, Kevin De Bruyne. So what were your thoughts on KDB last night? Sorry, I am here. I just went to get some tissue. I've got a runny nose. Right. Kevin De Bruyne then. Sterling is Friday. Needs some... Yeah, I mean, we've been crying out, but it's one of those... You look at the game the other week, you know, people were saying he should be dropped and then comes up and scores 2 goals. So it's hard. And Pep has always said, you know, the guy is, recovery is phenomenal. But it does look like just a swing, not so much because of tiredness. I think just maybe give him a week off and let him just go away on holiday or something. He's played a lot of football. City Dream in 9, Jay Fresh, the goal from Bernardo Raz. Don't score those at all. We'll get to those. City Dream. Well, he doesn't score those goals. You're forgetting goals like the Southampton goal. Remember, he curled it in from round the top of the keeper. So when you say he don't score those at all, yes, he does. City Dream top. Brian Gardner 8, Nippon 10, best player on the pitch, you reckon? Wafi 8, Mingyu Wonga 9, KDB 7.5. Decent game, but not at his best. Bernard 6.5, Andreas an 8, Ray J 8 for KDB, KDB an 8 from Martin. Sterling has scored some good goals. He has 7.5, good game, but nothing outstanding. 7.5 from Scott Williams, J Fresh 7.5, Mark the Blue at 9, Wafi solid 8 for KDB. Ilias 6.5, nothing outstanding, okay. Decent game, but giving the ball away cost us the goal. It did. A 7. Cody, big Man City fan, mate. City was top class. Kevin De Bruyne, what a midfielder. We'll talk about Kevin De Bruyne, mate. Scotty Moll, KDB gets an extra point for sitting. PJ on his arse, remember, yeah. And the commentary was... I was actually listening back to Talk Sport this morning, and the commentary of it last night, and it was quite funny what Sam Matterface was saying. What did he do that was outstanding? Anyone here could put Phil Jones on his ass. 6.5, KDB 8.2. 8.2? You can't have 8.2, it's 8 or 8.5. But he is so important. I'm starting to think we drew or lost last night with some of these comments. I'd sit Phil Jones on his ass. And I've not kicked a football in years. Hi, guys. Sofiane. Scotty Moll, yeah, sure you would. Laugh out loud. Right, okay. Kevin De Bruyne. Let me just go back. I think I might have missed... Oh, yeah, missed a couple here. I just want to talk about what Stu Brennan said about Raheem Sterling. He gave him a 5. He said, hugging the touchline gave City the gaps they needed down the middle and occupied Wan-Bissaka, but not great. On Kevin De Bruyne, he said, didn't always look at ease in advanced role, but still forced the 3rd goal and defended superbly from the front and gave him a 7. And I think that's what I'm going to give him, maybe a little bit more, because there's quite a... Oh, no, we'll average it out and give him... There's a lot of 6s and 6.5s, and there's some 8s and 9s. So we're going to give Kevin De Bruyne a 7. They're your scores, not my scores. They're your scores. I would have given him a 7.5 or something like that. Because, I mean, I thought he was sloppy on a few occasions and started to look a little bit leggy in that second half. But then, you know, he's playing in an unfamiliar position up front. Right, on to... Where should we go? Who should we go? Mahrez fanboys are like that. Mahrez. But I'm not. I'm going to go to this player last night who was scored and played the most sumptuous pass. And that is our little bubblegum, and that is Bernardo Silva. And it was absolutely wonderful to see him getting back to his form of last season. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting all season. We've seen glimpses of it, but he's just not been consistent enough. Or he's not actually had one of those absolutely phenomenal games like he was doing 2 games out of 3 last season. But last night, what a player. He was back to his usual brilliant self last night. And that was Bernardo Silva. Nick Muller, who the hell am I United? Luke Cage gave KDB an 8. Nick there, a club from Salford, KB an 8, says Gene Fletcher 2. City Dream 10, he was a beast. We're talking about Bernardo here. Sofian gives him a 9. Andreas 10, man of the match. Martin 9.5 for Bubblegum. Bernard gives him an 8. Brian Gardner a 7.5. Wow, that's a bit harsh, Brian. Come on, fella. Ryan Corrie 9.5 and man of the match. Kamal Dwyer, Bernardo 10. Looked like Bernardo of last season. Mingy Wong 9 for Bernardo. Sofian Bernardo 9.5. Ray J 9. John Fletcher 2. Bernardo 9.5. This is more like it. Luke Cage a 9. Scott Williams 9. Hopefully he can keep producing that level of performance. Lankow 10. Man of the match. What a goal and an assist. Gene Fletcher 2. Or Jean, I don't know where you're from. Bernardo is back and we need him. Mark the Blue 10. Back to his superb best. Scotty Moll plays some of his best stuff in the middle. A 9. Daffy Osman gives him an 8.5. Superb player, remind me of Ronaldo style of play. Osman Mendy says 9. Thought he had so much influence in attack. Amazing goal and never stopped running in the defence. Nippon a 10 for Bernardo. Bonus points for ending Phil Jones' career. Zedar Elias 8.5. Sofian, he was the best. I really enjoy watching him. J Fresh 9.5 for Bubblegum. Sofian, Bernardo shows his best when he's in midfield. He is not a winger. 9.5. Well deserved. Okay. Wow. Well, I can only, because there's a lot of 10s in there. There's a lot of 9s, a lot of 9.5s. And I'm going to go in between the two. And Bernardo Silva gets a 9.5. I mean, the goal itself must be worthy of a point and a half, even 2. But then that sumptuous pass through to Riyad Mahrez, I thought was exceptional. And not only that, his work rate and his passing, his the way he turns players with ease. He was doing that last night that he hasn't done this season. He looked so comfortable on the ball last night. I thought he was absolutely exceptional. And back to where he was last season. Let's hope he maintains that. That's what he's got to do now. And he won't always have as good a game as he did last night. But I thought he was superb. Absolutely superb. As was this fella. And that's the next one. Which is Riyad Mahrez. Bernardo shows best form. Yeah, Bernardo, number 5. Lankow, why does it seem like only one of KDB or Bernardo can be world class at a time? I don't know. I think last season we saw both of them on occasions, both being absolutely exceptional. And I think both are world class. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. For me, Bernardo Silva should be classed as world class. Is he at the level of KDB? No, not for me. Phil Jones ended his own career before he started. Kamal Dwyer, Mahrez 7.5. The guy needs to stay on side. City Dream 10. He was a beast as well. Wafi gives him an 8.5. Andreas gives him a 9. Mingyu Wong an 8. Sofian an 8. 7.5 from Brian Gardner. Zedar a 9. John Fletcher 2. Mahrez an 8. Dudley Lewis a 9.5. Bernardini gives him a 7. Mark the Blue an 8.5. Scott Williams an 8. A run of games he's doing him good. That's a good point, Scott. J Fresh done at 8.5 for Mahrez. Lankow, good work for the goal, 8.5. Ryan Corrie, 8. Passing was iffy, and he got dispossessed a lot, but made a great run and got a goal as well. Running Williams ragged on his side. Sofian Mahrez, 9.5. He could have scored another goal and gave 2 assists if Raheem scores that goal. That's true, but it didn't happen. Ray J, 8.5. Crack on, Riyad. Osman, an 8.5. Daffy is 7.5. Agreed, said Scotty Mole, Ryan. Dudley Lewis, Mahrez an 8. Scotty Mole 7.5. Martin gives him an 8.5. Cody, big Man City fan, Riyad Mahrez 8.5. Wow. I'm going to go with the average here. I'm going to give Riyad Mahrez an 8.5. I thought he was very good last night, but still, there's this little thing that you just think sometimes, if he wasn't so one-footed, God knows what level he could be at, and that little nutmeg, and give him big credits. Chanherb, Andy, big up your ass, class. How are you, Chanherb? Be all right. I thought the way he was when that challenge came in from their left back. When Williams dived in, he could easily have made a meal of that and possibly got him sent off, because he really did fly in, and the way he megged him was absolutely hilarious. But he stayed on his feet, and fair play to Riyad Mahrez for doing that, because it would have been easy for him to have, got his foot in there and rolled over and blah 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 blah. And I thought he was very good last night. 10, Luke Cage, Mahrez 8.5. Mahrez for me, man of the match. 10, Phyllis, Big Blue Rabbit, good evening, peasants. How are you, Ivor? Okay, yeah, of course he was, Hussein. Yeah, he was, he got an 8.5. It wasn't quite the scores of the people on here or the people in the media. But let me just go back and just see. Bernardo Silva, Stu Brennan said his goal was a stunner, but his pass for Mahrez to score the second was even better. Back to his best at last, a 9. Riyad Mahrez did superbly for his goal, hit the post in the second half, but with United wide open, he might have had a field day, but didn't. 7. So Stu Brennan being, I think, a little bit harsh on him there, giving him a 7. But for you guys, you gave him an 8.5. Virgin doing my heading now, no proper Wi-Fi. Get BT, Wi-Fi, Martin. That will change as he gets in the team more, Andy. I agree with your assessment. Proper, come on, Martin. Right. So that was Mahrez. We've got sirens because I'm right next to the airport. So we've got next to the airfield. So we got Foden. We got Gabby. Well, Gabby, come on. We'll give Gabby a score because he came on for a small amount of time. What were your thoughts on Gabby Jesus last night? It wasn't a lot, but we may as well give him a score. I'm not going to give the others a score, if I'm being honest. Let me see. When did Gabby come on? Gabby came on the 80th. So, 12, 13 minutes. Not really a lot of time. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to scrap the Gabby one, because normally we say 20 minutes on here if we're going to give them a score. I thought he came on maybe a little bit earlier than that, but he didn't. So I'm gonna remove the Gabby Jesus score on there because it wasn't really enough time to do it. So on to this beautiful human being, and that is our manager. Phil Foden came on, but no time to impress, so there's not a lot we can do about that. What about Pep Guardiola? Remember, sorry guys, this is for Pep, it's not for Gabby. So I know a few people have put 6s and 6.5s, but it was 12 minutes and it's not enough really to score them. So Pep Guardiola then. Scott, was that? I'm assuming Scott and Brian, that 6 and 6.5 isn't for Pep Guardiola. I would hope not anyway. Bernard Deneen, is that an 8 for Pep? Andreas, 10. City Dream, Mahrez and Bernardo, my 2 man of the matches. Baby Gus. Okay, yeah, Foden. Right, okay, Brian Gardner, 9.5 for Pep Guardiola. Nipum, Gabby an 8. Sofian, 10 for the bald. Martin, Pep, 10. Showed he has a plan C, D, E, and F. Think you want Pep a 9. Can't rate anyone. Slept through the whole Oh, you are joking, Ivor. You are kidding me. Pep, a 10. Sofian, 9. Nipum, 10 for Pep. Lankow, Pep Masterclass, 11 out of 10, man of the match. Alil, do you think he will extend his contract? Yes, I do. He's a beautiful man, 9. 10 for our leader, Wade Reynolds, who's Foden. Go to subscribe, please, FT8 official. Gene Fletcher 2, Pep for making the changes to the system and no attackers worked well. Ole had the same game plan, but Pep nailed him, so a 9. Scott Williams a 9. Ray J, whoa, we can't have advertising on here, mate. Sorry, we can't have advertising on the channel by other channels because we don't know what FT8 official is, so we can't have it on the channel. Away support sounded awesome on the TV. 10 fans. I'm going to do. Pepper 10, Ryan Corey 8, should have made subs a lot earlier than he did and should have wrapped up the side, but we left them a chance. Go please, we've already removed you, mate. 10, Matt, all right, okay, let's remove you. Let's hide you on the channel. Villa away Sunday, can't wait. The City fans were in full voice, really good vocally. They were. So Pep, for me, gets a 9. I thought he was exceptional yesterday. Which leaves us the last one, and that is the fans, which, watching it over here. I was watching it actually on Sky, realised that obviously I can get Sky Sports on my laptop because of my subscription. After I'd been looking for streams and things like that and realised that the streams were about 2 minutes behind, I then ended up just logging onto Sky and thinking, shit, I can watch it out here. And got a perfect stream. So the fans coming through from the stadium was absolutely, it was just incessant. It was non-stop. And I'm sure you lucky people, those who were actually there at Old Trafford, had a wonderful evening. They were absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So well done. Pep is a sexy man. Claudio not good enough. Wade Reynolds. Ray J, I'm not sure at the beginning of the season, but I feel Pep will extend now. With his tactics, win Real Madrid away before the match 7, but afterwards a 10. Ryan Corey at 10, Mingyu Wong 10. Are we talking about Pep or fans here? Fans at 10. Only 3,000, but sounding amazing on TV. Bernard and 8.5. Scott 10. Plenty of sore throats this morning. A credit to the club. Fans in full voice. Good to see Taylor Howard, Bellis and Dawes singing in the away end of 10. Yeah, I know. Saw that on Twitter this morning. 10 sounded amazing. Fans get an 8. Would have been a 10 if I had been there. Fans are 10 plus. 10 for the fans, really. Been back in Tameside for 2 days, but got home this afternoon. Didn't even know we had won till this morning. Been back in. Oh my God, you weren't that drunk, were you, either? Fans are 10, says Brian. Mark the Blue 10. Rags was silent. 10 out of 10, says Waffy. Dudley fans 10 plus. They were just phenomenal last night. I mean, you know what the score is. I'm not even going to give it anything else. The fans were absolutely amazing, incredible, non-stop all night. There's some of the chants were quite funny as well, and I know that they gave a little bit of stick to to Phil Jones. But anyway, right, anything else I've got to say before I go? Just quickly, last couple of points. Kevin De Bruyne pinpoints Man City's most underrated star. And this is an article by Stu Brennan today, and he says, Kevin De Bruyne called for Fernandinho to be given due respect after converting from a world-class midfielder to a brilliant defender. He was asked to step back in the back four in the summer after we lost Vinny. And Kevin De Bruyne said, Dino can play everywhere. Since I came here, he's been really underrated. For me, he was one of the best defensive midfielders in the world, and now he just comes in as a central defender and does what he does. Props to him, because obviously he's 35 and it's not easy to play in a new position, especially when you've never done it in the 14 years before that. And he says he's done brilliantly. Who's he talking? Sorry, he's talking about. He's still talking about Fernandinho. And he said he came back a bit late with some physical issues because of injuries he had last year in the summer, but he's going to be absolutely incredible for Manchester City. Also, with regards to Fernandinho, the rumours are, and it was in ESPN Brazil, an interview that he gave to ESPN Brazil, and that is all about, is he likely to sign an extension contract? And he says, when I renewed at the end of 2018, we put a clause that if I reach certain goals, my contract would be renewed automatically. He went on to say, conversations have already started. We talked about it last month. I am close to reaching those goals and renewing the contract, but we can only confirm it after signing. The club have already shown interest in me staying. I have also shown my interest in staying. So that's great news. He said it's good as long as you can be at the highest level. Playing in a different position opens up the range of learning. In defence, I see the game in a different way. It's been very cool, and the guidance I've received from Pep has been very good. At 34, playing in the Premier League is a source of pride. Many players wanted to be experiencing what I'm experiencing, and I am doing that. So the signs are good. The signs are looking like Fernandinho. We've already heard Pep Guardiola's already come out in his press conferences previously saying he thinks that he's hopeful that Fernandinho will sign an extended contract. Now, how much game time he's going to get, even if it's just another year, how much game time, who knows? But one thing we have missed this season is obviously the leadership and quality and experience of Vincent Kompany. Fernandinho is one of the next players that brings that experience. Let's face it, he's been an incredible player for Brazil, brilliant player worldwide as a defensive midfielder. So he knows the club. He's been here quite a number of years now. So it'd be good to, even if it's just bit part playing next season for the youngsters coming through, like Eric Garcia, like Taylor Harwood-Bellis, the likes of helping Rodri as well. I just think it's a no-brainer, an absolute no-brainer. Why would he want to go off and play for another club when he can be around City for at least another year? I just think he still looks fit. He still looks healthy. His reading of the game is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. But he'll help the likes of Laporte when Laporte comes back. Even though he is naturally a central defensive midfielder, you saw last night. I mean, he didn't need the pace. He didn't need the height. He just read the game absolutely spot on. So I really do hope that he stays and signs an extended contract. Any other news? No, I think that's... City have just signed another mega huge deal with Media brand, and apparently this is a Chinese consumer appliance manufacturer. Have been added to the Man City portfolio. It's a global deal. See the brand granted a presence at the club's home matches for the remainder of this particular season. And Media is one of the 10 brands with home appliance businesses in the Media Group, a global technology company, ranked number 312 in the 2019's Global Fortune 500. So another massive deal coming in for Manchester City on that side of it. So more money rolling into Manchester City. I don't know where we're going to spend it all. Who knows? We'll wait and see. But anyway, I just want to say, guys, a massive thank you for everybody coming on and on Martin's live post-match and pre-match stuff yesterday. I want to say a big thanks to Martin for coming on. I know he's not got his laptop at the moment, but he's having to do it on his phone, and I do apologise because I'm away overseas and I'm just really busy. So I'll be back on Friday night, and I'll be around this week. I am working, but I will be around to do something over the weekend. And Martin's going to the Villa game, but I'll be around to do a live watch along or something like that for the Villa game, because then I'm away again. So it's just, this is our busiest time of the year. So it's going to be a busy couple of months. But listen, I just want to say again, huge thank you to everyone who's coming on, giving you time and giving you comments. Don't forget, if you're not subscribed, click subscribe and hit that bell icon. Keep commenting on the videos. Ryan, Martin, Kiam, don't forget, I need your predictions in. I need them in by tomorrow at some point. If you can get those in for me, and we'll get the Premier League predictions game week up, video out probably Friday, up for you. So guys, Kiam, Martin, Ryan, get your predictions in as usual to me. And guys, a wonderful performance last night by Man City. Yes, we could be a little bit disappointed and a little overcritical, saying we should have scored more. Yeah, we should have done more. Raheem Sterling should have scored more. But I think if at the beginning of the game, when we saw that team lineup, somebody said, well, I'll tell you what, you go to Old Trafford with that lineup, resting Gabby, resting Aguero, no Laporte, no Leroy Sané, no David Silva, blah, 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 and we'll give you a 3-1 victory. we would have snapped their hands off without a shadow of a doubt. The tie is not over. We've still got them again at the end of January, but 3-1, you'd have to suspect that we're going to score at home, definitely, which means they're going to have to score 3, 4, possibly 5, depending on how many goals we get. I can't see it. I really can't. So maybe should get booked in my hotel. Still, we'll wait and see when that's out. Villa play Leicester tonight, so it'll be interesting to see how those two teams go on. But the way we're playing, the way our record is at Wembley, if we get there, which I'm assuming we will do, you've got to fancy us again, and that'll be an incredible run in the league. Carabao Cup, absolutely phenomenal. But anyway, let's see. Have a good evening, Scott Williams. You too. We will get videos out to you guys some way. Don't worry. Thanks, Andy Mingy Wong. You're welcome. Thanks, Martin. I see Fernando plays centre back with the style of Vincent Company. Right place, right time. Timing on the point. He's a legend. He is an absolute legend. Brilliant player. We appreciate the channel so much for keeping us City fans happy. Thanks for the hard work. You're welcome. Can't be easy working and running the channel as well. So thank you. You're more than welcome. We'll do everything we possibly can to give you guys something. And it is what it is. Remember, I had a couple of comments below a video the other night. Martin did sort of saying, "Oh God, is this all you can talk about? Why don't you do it?" Saying, "Hold on a minute, mate. This is free. We're doing this out of our own time. We're not doing it to make money out of it." So you do get the odd moaners out there, but it is what it is. We do it for the people who appreciate the channel. Spread it out there. Tell people to subscribe. Don't forget, go over and listen to the podcast. There will be another podcast coming out next week, which will talk about obviously last night's game, and we'll talk about the Villa game at the weekend. But guys, take care. I'll see you soon. This is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great evening. I'm off. Got work to do. See you later.